Good morning, Wednesday, October 8th. This is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. This is Kyle Mountsier. And let's be honest, the majority of what we do today is going to be roasting Tesla for their announcement yesterday, but we'll also talk about Ford and Mattel. Did I get that right?
Nailed it. I think LinkedIn is throttling my post from last night. I think they're like, this isn't fun enough.
Is he right? Oh, is that funny?
Yeah, it's amazing. They're like, nobody gets to view this because it's too on the nose.
I mean, yeah, they're like, time to go home, Kyle. You're drunk, go home. Yeah,
that's about what they said. That's how they said it. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. We got a bunch of stuff going on today. We're having our next ASOTU Edge webinar, which is the loyalty strategy that keeps customers coming back, with Matt Gonzalez of Uber for Business, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can go to ASOTU.com and sign up to be there with us live, or get the recording and figure out how you can improve customer retention and fix a bunch of the problems you have around shuttles and moving people around and having them wait and be unhappy, and lower your scores without investing any dollars. That's a pretty good value proposition, if you ask me.
It's wild. Yeah,
I know.
It's a great value proposition. I'm excited for the webinar. A lot of good data and thoughts and just ideas on how you can be excellent in that regard.
So. There you go. Also, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention we launched a new website this week to accompany our big launch last week. Go to morethancars.com, see all the things we're about. And if you didn't know, we merged two companies together. So now we have a team that's twice the size to perpetuate the mission, the vision of retail auto being an industry people fight to join. And now we can do it with services, agency services that can help you in your initiatives, in your company, in your dealership. So check out More Than Cars. You can see what we got going on, and there's a lot more to come, but just thought we'd mention it. All right, here we go. Main event time. Okay, Tesla's newest, they're calling standard versions of the Model 3 and Model Y, were meant to bring affordability back to the brand, but the math tells a little bit of a different story. Despite cutting prices, the value gap is really slim, and the features list is even slimmer. We've talked about this. Tesla's big announcement, they had this little videos and they were dripping some campaigns. Yesterday, we found out what it was. So now the Tesla Model 3 starting at $36,990, the Model Y starting just under 40 grand at $39,990. If you don't tell me Tesla's car guys making prices out here, then you ain't paying attention.
Both are flat pricing.
I know. Both roughly $5,000 cheaper than the premium trims for each of the respective models. Premium's not the top of the line. There are 4 trims. It's like standard, premium, preferred, and like performance or something. So some missing features that they stripped down from the vehicles: Autosteer, so like the base level, like autopilot, rear seat heating, power mirrors, LED light bars, even a proper glass roof, which is still there. They just covered it with a headliner, which is so strange. According to some articles, they removed $6,000 to $8,000 worth of equipment. But here's another really strange one. When you look at financing these, they're financing them way different. So actually, the standard model, which is the lower price one, only comes down. It's like $70 a month difference than the one that they had. But it's got all this less stuff. Still has a sunroof, but a headliner over it. So, this is obviously big time affected by the tax credit change, because that would have been a big difference.
Right.
Analysts warn that the cars may cannibalize existing sales without attracting new buyers under 30K. Shay Bloor of Futurum Equities called Tesla's move more smoke than spark, and said it's basically a pricing lever, not a product catalyst.
First of all, what car on the market today, new car, comes without power mirrors?
Do they mean like power folding mirrors? It's got to be power folding mirrors. Yeah, right? I don't know. That like a little mechanical. There's no way. It's got to be power folding mirrors.
It has to be power folding mirrors. But here's the thing.
Oh, and no radio is one of the things too. Like they took the AM FM radio out, which
that kind of makes sense.
95% of people are like,
yeah. Okay. They were like, this is an easy toss. But minus 7,500 plus 7,500 minus $5,000 basically means that they just introduced a pricing thing that is higher than what you could have got the premium last week. Yeah. Literally a week ago with the tax credit. I don't think this is an aggressive enough move to find new market share. There's no way they're going to produce a ton of these. This has to be just like a starting at pricing lever. The same person.
Look, I'm going to take better.
If you can buy a $40,000 vehicle, you can buy a $45,000 vehicle. Like, from a market perspective, that's again a $78 a month payment. If you're already in that, whatever it is, it's probably about a $650 payment to get that lower one. Maybe the lease is a little bit more aggressive.
Maybe,
but you're already like you're in the buying ecosystem that says, yeah, I can pay $100 more. That's fine, right? This is the wildest thing that I think they have ever dropped.
Well, like they're talking about battery range. Yeah, there's so many weird things in it. Like, you know, they remove some cells, I think, from the battery in this production model, but they also made strange decisions like keeping the glass in place, which is way heavier than aluminum, right? Like, so you trim a bunch of weight, which just shows that they're really not trying to change the manufacturing line. They're trying to change it as little as possible because they're really not trying to make a different vehicle. They're trying to make a different price point and justify it. Like you said, they're not going to sell a lot of these. It's a pricing lever. Just one of those weird, I mean, you can never really tell what Tesla's thinking when they're doing stuff. And this is just an example of like them raising some hype around the brand doing this. They didn't have like an event to announce any of this. It was just like a post. Right. And so,
yeah, like big hype.
What's that movie? Much Ado About Nothing.
Post, and it was like, meh.
You're like, we're going to get back to, on another note, I think it was yesterday, but maybe 2 days ago, Elon Musk tweeted out that by the end of 2026, Grok will be able to generate a full-length feature movie that will be at least watchable. And he said basically by 2027 or 2028, it will actually be able to generate really high quality feature-length films.
Imagine you're scrolling Netflix.
Oh, that's so.
And you're just like, happening. Play me a movie with this thesis.
Yeah, but these, yeah. I mean, I don't want that world.
It's so insular. I don't want that world.
I don't want that world either. This is starting to go south, folks.
Speaking of not wanting that world.
Oh,
stop. Segue time.
That's a great segue.
That's a great segue.
Ford's big push to bring employees back 4 days a week isn't going very smoothly after new attendance rules took effect in September. Some workers say they were threatened with termination. Even while following the policy, Ford ordered most white-collar staff to return 4 days a week starting September 1, citing collaboration and growth goals. Automated emails warned some workers they could be fired for low badge-ins or check-ins, even those meeting approved hybrid schedules. HR leaders admitted the system, quote, caught up people doing the right things and said future messaging would be revised. Employees are citing burnout, overcrowded offices, and frustration over rigid schedules that make cross-time zone work harder. Flexibility is a two-way street, said one former employee, noting morale is slipping as Ford leans on stricter oversight. This is the car business. I don't think there's anybody really being like, oh, we feel bad for you.
Yeah, there's a couple things here. One, yeah, if you're a Ford employee, look around. You got dealers all over the place. Don't be whiny. Two is this has to be for every company that is attempting to do this, and I've heard of a couple. It's a tough move, right?
Not
After
easy.
Years of not having that, like I cannot imagine what that like feeling feels like as especially a large organization that kind of has like this. And probably at one point it was like, don't worry, we're never coming back, right? You saw multiple of those organizations, you know, for an OEM to start to play in this world and to bring these back, especially, you know, the cross time zone thing where you've got employees in Eastern time zone and maybe the majority of their comms are going on the West Coast.
Yeah.
If now they've got to balance hours that are out of office and in out office with the people that are on the West Coast, really kind of wild what they might be dealing with. So
it's a tough challenge. You know what I mean? A lot of people made a lot of promises when there was a lot of uncertainty and they probably shouldn't have made promises. Yep. But we've also seen a lot of companies like get through this initial pain and navigate back to a largely in-office routine, especially for big companies with large corporate offices. Like our organization, More Than Cars, about half of our team is in office, about half of our team is remote. Yep. The in-office team usually pretty much used to coming in office, but it's because there's a collaborative environment. And so, you know, we also try to balance that. And, you know, the bigger the organization, the tougher it gets, right?
Yep,
like right now,
exactly.
We're the size where it's like, hey, everybody can understand what's going on. So not an easy thing. Jim Farley has a very difficult job. Let's just put that out there.
Very
I did
tough
see one
job.
story where some employees like hacked the you know, if you've ever been in a big corporate office, they have these meeting rooms. Usually these little touch screens are out front where you can reserve a time to use that office. And they like had a picture of Jim Farley and some, you know, choice words that showed up on the screen. So, I mean,
oh boy,
I think, in my opinion, those people, you need to find them and you need to fire them because that's toxic.
That is massively toxic.
That's bad for everybody.
That's not just like a cool joke. That's like, get them out of there.
Yep, absolutely. It's like the same reason, right? If an MLB hitter's in a slump, what do? You put him in the opposite end of the hotel of everybody.
That's right. Just
get away.
Get him out of here.
Oh, yep. I wish I had a segue.
There's no segue.
No segue. Let's talk about it.
Mattel is teaming up with OpenAI to test Sora 2, the latest AI video generation tool that we've been talking about this week. Could reinvent how toys are designed and pitched. The partnership lets Mattel designers transform early sketches into video concepts in minutes using OpenAI's API. CEO Sam Altman said the goal is to bring product ideas to life more quickly. The collaboration marks one of the first real-world tests of Sora 2 since OpenAI's Developer Day showcase. Analysts say projects like this highlight AI's growing role in product development, though some investors fear an emerging AI bubble.
I don't know. I don't know. How big's the bubble have to get? Because there's so many practical uses. And OpenAI's Dev Day, now you're able to access Sora 2 right within the ChatGPT framework. So you don't need the app. It doesn't have to be the social media thing. And I think this is just a practical outflow of something most entrepreneurial companies are already using it for. How do we concept as fast as possible? And if they make it easy to do that, I don't care if the company's Mattel, that's just an example, but you could be one guy in a studio and you can concept stuff, packaging, all types of things. And in the auto industry, it's no different. I think if you want to concept ideas, layouts,
idea to concept, speed is so important, and then iterate from there. Right.
That's right. So I think it's another iteration of that. But, you know, Mattel's a brand everybody knows. They obviously have a lot of IP that we're familiar with. So a familiar IP using a tool, I think, is always an effective communication. But is it a bubble? I don't know. At some point, it'll be a bubble. But is it yet?
Is it going to burst?
Seems like we keep backfilling the need. And every time an advancement comes, there's a need that backfills into it. Listen, you have some needs in your store. One of those is moving customers around that are staring at your service advisors right now. Help solve that problem. Go to ASOTU.com. Be at today's webinar. If not, we'll see you tomorrow morning.